I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am to film this video. Everyone, we are going to do a coloring book. Yay! I'm so excited. Hi, welcome to another video. My name is Bia. If this is the first video you're seeing from me, I'm an illustrator from Portugal. Here I got some alcohol pens from Ohuhu and I've been loving to use them, and I fall in love with coloring books as a lot of people did as well. And since then I've been wanting to do a coloring book. I'm finally doing it. We're doing a coloring book in this video. I'm so excited to make it possible. This video is sponsored by Bookbolt, which is going to help me navigate all the steps to creating the book, but I'm going to mention more about that in a little bit. I already started with some illustrations and I thought we could do the rest of them together. First things first, I had to choose a theme and I really wanted to create something simple, a mix of simple illustrations together with more detailed ones. For the theme, it's going to be cute stamp and everything is going to be within a stamp square. Do several of my characters and we're going to create coloring pages within that theme. But let's go back a little bit and let me show you the process of basically how everything started from the beginning with the help of Bookbolt. Basically, Bookbolt will help you start with your print on demand on Amazon. We are going to be self-publishing our coloring book on Amazon. Not only do they have a space where you can actually design your products, it doesn't have to be coloring books, it can be notebooks, it can be planners, it can be all sorts of things. And you have all the measures in there and it's very easy to design. Even if you have a lot of knowledge with design programs, it's very helpful because once you extract that file, your book is ready to publish. But it also helps with all the process that comes beforehand, like searching, see what themes are the best. It gives you all these sorts of info, and you can also choose keywords and see which are the ones that are working best, so that when you publish your book on Amazon, you already collected all of this info and you did all of this research so that your book can come up a little bit easier on the search page. I'll go step by step in a little bit to show you this whole process. If you want to try Bookbolt, I'm going to leave my affiliate link in the description. The first 3 days are free, and if you use my code Beatrice, I'm going to leave it on the screen as well, you get 20% off always. So it's not only the first month, it's every other month that your membership renews, or every year that your membership renews. I'm going to be showing you how everything works and we're going to do it all together. This is the first time that I'm doing it as well, so I'm very excited. But for now, let's get the illustration started. Yay! Okay, this is what I have so far. So I did the little frame for the stamp. I'm going to do a square coloring book. So the frame is going to be the same for all the pages. And then I already did a mountain one. Then I did the little worms, the planets. And now I'm going to be do this stamp. A while ago I did a collection of stamps, so I'm going to be using some of those illustrations. I'm aiming to do from 10 to 15 illustrations. This is going to be like my downtime. I love the sketch phase of the illustrations and the cleanup sketch. I don't know, it's just my favorite part, so it's going to be just like a day of having fun for me. If you are curious about how I'm choosing the lines and everything, using the tinderbox on Procreate, and basically I just change it around to have a little bit less texture. I don't know if you can see, so it still has a little bit of texture. I didn't want it to be like a very clean line. And then to have the same lines always with the same sizes, I basically fixated the sizes in here. So this is for the outlines because I want them to be thick. And then everything inside those thicker lines have this one, which is slightly less thick. And then for very low details, we have smaller brush. So this makes sure that I always have the same sizes for the brush for all pages. The most important thing for me with this book was to have the sense of my illustrations to transpire for the book. So I don't really use black or black and white a lot in my illustrations, so in the beginning I actually was a bit worried that the sense of colorful and happiness and fun of my illustrations wouldn't come across when drawing a coloring book and in black and white. But one of the most important things that I did was to try to be the most dynamic as possible. If you use Procreate, you know that if you hold the pen, you can make the lines a lot straighter and stuff like that. I only use this in specific cases like the backgrounds and the stamp and all of that, but for everything else I wanted them to be dynamic and organic so that my illustration style can appear a little bit more on this book. It got a little bit dark, but let me show you the updates and what I did so far. These are all that I did so far. I have all the other ones that I showed you before. And then I also did a little bee. I did the rainbow, the little fox, magical cat, the raccoon, the frogs. This is what I have so far. I'm quite happy with everything I've done. It's a mix of what I wanted, simple and still with some details. I have 11 illustrations so far, so I'm going to do 4 more. I'm going to do that on the couch and I'll catch up with you tomorrow where we are going to mount the book and I'll show you everything that we can do to make our book success, hopefully. Hi, it's the next day. The illustrations are finished. Yesterday I was having too much fun on my couch drawing and watching a show. And I ended up doing the total of 20 illustrations, which I'm super happy with. Anyway, I'm going to add a screen here of all the illustrations together. Spoiler alert if you don't like seeing what's inside a coloring book. But yeah, let's do a test print and see how they look, and we can try some coloring as well, because I feel like that's a very important step. This is the view my printer has, by the way. This is what I wanted to film. Printed a few of them. You already saw this one. I also printed the fox. I did this one yesterday, which I'm super happy with. I'm super happy with the thickness of the lines. I think that's really nice. Yeah, let's give that a try. I printed on 90 GSM, which is going to be similar to the thickness of the paper of the book printed by Amazon. I'm going to be using alcohol markers from Ohuhu. The markers come with this plastic thing that you basically put on the back of the paper so it doesn't bleed. If you don't have this, you can just use another piece of paper. Okay, which one should we do? I'm not going to have the time to color everything in. I think I'm going to go with the little mice. I'm not too sure how people are going to think about the eyes, how I did them, but hopefully everyone enjoys them. Let's pick the colors and do some coloring. By the way, I know we see a lot of people coloring with the whole markers and everything. I think we can just use what we have. I've seen a lot of people also coloring with coloring pencils and all of that. So I think we can use what we have in hand and we don't have to go get what everyone is using. The important part, I think, is to have fun. I was clearly not very inspired with the color choices here today, but it worked very well. I was a bit worried about the little details, and especially like big areas near details where you have to go around a lot of things, but everything works perfectly. So I think the thickness of the lines is just perfect. So super happy with it, and let's mount our book. First things first, let's go on to Bookbolt and I'm going to show you how we are going to make this book a success, because we are going to look into keywords, how to make our title better, all of that. So yeah, let me show you. Bookbolt, as I said before, it's basically a platform where you can use it to design your books to sell on Amazon, but also specifically to do research as well to help you sell your books a little bit better. Actually, when you use a marketplace like Amazon, you have thousands and thousands of people doing the same thing as you. So I feel like with SEO and research and all of that, it's just one step forward to try to appear on the search results. But let's go on the Bookbolt studio right here, and let me show you how this works. So you have a search tab in here, and you also have a create tab where you're going to create your books. I'm going to do some research on the cloud feature over here. You can also search by products, keywords, and all of that. But let's search by bestsellers over here. As you can see, you can do a lot of things in here. You can do notebooks, journals, planners. But for now, what we are going to be focusing on will be coloring books. For the keywords, you can just search like this, or you can add some keywords. But let's see which ones are the best sellers for coloring books. Basically, with this, you can see what customers are looking for. You can try to see what do they have in common. Like, I choose to have a square coloring book because it's the one size that people are very interested about. It's the bestsellers are all square coloring books. You can see what sizing people are buying, how many pages, and all of that. And you can find a common ground, and this can be the base for your product as well, because you're basing on products that are doing super well. This doesn't mean you're going to copy the product exactly. You're just gathering some information to what people are searching for and what people are looking for in this type of product. In here, you can also see the description of the product, what keywords they were using for them. Let's search for cute coloring books to see what appears. You can see which keywords are being used for this type of book. What you want to do as well, what I'm going to try to do is, of course, I'm going to try to use some of these keywords, but it's always better to use more specific ones, like maybe I can use stamp coloring book or simple coloring book. Very interesting is that you can also check the average pricing for the coloring books, the highest pricing, and all of that, so you can gather some information about what you should price your book as well. Once all of these research is done, and it's one of the most important parts of this whole thing, it's time to finally design our book, and we can design it specifically on Bookbolt, and it's a lot easier to use any other specific softwares, also because when you export that file that you mount on Bookbolt, it's going to be ready and all formatted to upload on Amazon directly. Let me show you how that works. Okay, when you are here on this part, you can just click create. Paperback is the most common option for coloring books, so that's what I'm going to choose, and I'm going to choose cover and interior. I already named my project stamping coloring book. For the size, I also chose the specific size because it's the one that is most commonly used for the bestsellers, and I'm going to choose black and white interior with white paper. Yesterday I had a little bit of fun, and I already colored in one of the pages for the book so that I can use it for the cover. Then we are also going to do a back cover. Then we have all the pages here. If you are doing notebooks or something like that, you have a lot of options available. So you can choose this side here, and you already have dotted lines, square lines, all of that you can use. And you can actually, let's say if you choose this one, you can choose which pages that you want to put that in. This one is the first page that people see when they are opening the book, so I might add something in here. So yeah, we have all of this in here. So I'm going to start adding illustrations, I'm going to do the cover, and then we are going to mount the book. It's a little bit later, the book is finished, so let me show you. Okay, so here is the cover. I'm super happy with it. I've put some examples on the back, and then I put like a mini cover on the first page. I think it looks super cute. I always enjoy when books do that, I don't know why. And then a little bit, I don't know why this is not centered, but a little explanation about me, about my characters, illustrations, some tips for using alcohol markers and all of that. And then the book begins, and I'm super happy with all the illustrations. As you can see, I tried to mix between like more detailed illustrations and more simple ones. And the last page is just the title, and then that's it. Now I'm going to export it and I'm going to show you how, and then we are going to go over on Amazon and we are going to publish our first coloring book. Now that the book is finished, you just need to go to download, and you can also export just current pages, but I'm just going to select this option because we are going to do printed books. If you want, you can also add this book as an ebook, but I'm just going to click download current project, and it's going to generate a file, and we can just put it whatever you want. Now we already have the files, so it comes separated in two. This is the cover, then we have the inside as well. So that is done and all ready to publish. Actually, publish it on Amazon is super simple. You just need to go to Amazon KDP, so it's Kindle Direct Publishing, and you just need to select one of the options that you have over here. I'm going to select paperback. It's all about just filling all of these. I already defined the book title that I want to have, a few keywords that I want to insert from our previous research, and now I'm just going to have fun and add all of the info, and I'll check with you in a little bit. It's done. Besides adding the details, description and everything, I also had to select what paper I wanted, printing, sizes, pages, and also pricing to be $10 on Amazon, and then 10 euros and all of that. There's some things with Amazon, they'll only pay certain royalties below a certain price, so I decided to put it at $10. I know it's a smaller book, it only has 20 illustrations compared to other ones that are selling, but I have a lot of plans to the future. This is just the first edition, I'm sure, and I really want to create more coloring books with specific themes and hobbies, and I don't know, I think it's going to be a really fun journey. And again, print on demand just makes it possible for you to take these steps and take these risks without having to put money into it, and you know, it just makes my life so much easier. I ordered some samples of the book. It takes 72 hours for the book to be approved, and then I'm going to get the samples. Super happy for Bookbolt for sponsoring this video and to make it all possible, so thank you so much. Definitely is a big help regarding publishing your book, because it's not only about creating a book and mounting it, and all of that is also the research that comes beforehand so that the book can be a success. I'm going to leave a link in the description. You can use my code Beatrice for 20% discount, and you also get a 3-day free trial, and hopefully we'll have the book in our hands for you a few minutes. For me, it's going to take me a couple of days. Super excited. It's a few days later and something exciting just arrived, so let's open them. I'm so excited. Okay, I already shared the link with my patrons for the coloring book, and a few of them got them first than me because mine are author copies, and I can call myself an author now. It's so cool, and they got them first than me. I'm very excited. Oh my god, they are so cute. Oh, I'm sad that the little resale thing, it's so big on the front, then on the back. Okay, let's ignore the not for resale banner, but we have the back. Oh, they kept the gray. I thought it was going to be black. You can still see a little bit of the texture. Oh, this is so nice. Okay, now I'm thinking maybe I should have kept it a little bit more black, but I kind of like the grayish tone. So we have the cover like this, and then when you open, you already have like a little page cover right here, and we have a little introduction that you saw, and then it starts with the book. I think for the next edition I'm going to add a little test page with some pattern or something like that. I think that will be really nice. You can see, I don't know if you can tell like the grayish lines, but I really like that it's like textured and it's not like a full black kind of thing. I am so happy with this. Oh my god, it looks so cute. I think I'm going to be doing some coloring today with them. I'm so happy with them. I ordered a few copies that I'm going to give to my nieces and my nephew, so I'm super happy with it. I have a coloring book with so many nice illustrations and it smells like new book. I'm so happy. So yeah, you can get the book on Amazon. I'm going to leave a link in the description for that. Available in several countries. Thank you again so much for Bookbolt for making this possible, for sponsoring this video. If you want to check them out, I'm going to leave a link in the description. Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to get my new coloring book. I'm so happy. A lot of exciting projects are coming to this channel as well in the upcoming months. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!